Hi everyone and welcome to Sparkles, the show where we prove that crafting is messy, usually by making a mess. It's Sunday night, we are ending our week, and I think maybe what I will do on Sundays is invite you to craft along with me. So tonight I am placing the very first few diamonds on an Evermoment diamond painting. This one here in particular is an image of some wolves. To be honest, I know it's August, don't look at your calendars. But Mama's gotta make, and Christmas is approaching, and this one here is a gift for my father, so, he doesn't know about the channel, so he won't see it. So I thought I would start it with you on camera. Maybe we could talk about our weeks. Tell me, how's your weekend been? How's your week been? What's new and exciting with you? How you holding up? It's been not too bad here. The weekend always seems to run away from me. I wake up on Saturday morning with my daughter, and the next thing I know, I'm cleaning up Sunday night dishes. It's nice in one regard, because the time passes, and, usually the time is filled, and things are moving along, and barring my toddler being a toddler, things go quite well. But, on the other hand, I just don't get a moment to stop and breathe. So, I make it to Sunday, and I am just ready to sit down and relax, do something creative, but not too tiring, because my brain is a little mush. So, thought I'd invite you all to join me Sunday evenings. Grab out your whatever you're working on. Grab a drink or whatever it is you use to relax. And come make with me. So this one here is, like I said, it's a diamond painting, and it's an image of wolves from Evermoment. I haven't worked with Evermoment's stuff before, so I can't speak to their quality yet. It is double-sided tape, and these are squares. I'm gonna do my best to line them up, but I will admit I am finding this dark color with this white star to be quite small. I don't know, there's something about squares. I love the look of squares, square diamonds, but I often find their canvases are harder to read. Especially on the darks. And this is not a complaint about Evermoment. I've kind of found this with all of them, that once you start getting into the really dark colors, even though they use the white ink, or the white, or the no ink to create the white image, and everything, I find them harder to read, mind you. My eyes are not what they once were. I say that like I'm old. I'm 36. But, these glasses on my face are not for decoration. So, that's a thing. So, I thought I would give you a little rundown, just kind of who I am, and who all is in my life, because I will end up talking about them. Like I said, I've mentioned quite a few times my daughter. She is turning 3 this fall. She is a bundle of energy. I love her to pieces. She is smart, although she does have a language delay. And I'm trying not to reveal too much information here. I won't be telling you her name. I will probably refer to her as Munchkin. Mostly, like I said, because she's not of an age where she can make decisions about what she wants out of her personal information in the world. And well, it's one thing for her pictures to be on Mom's very locked down Facebook, to be shared with friends and family. It's another thing to be talking about her on something like a YouTube channel. So that's where I'm standing on that for now, which isn't to say that you won't ever hear her in the background of a video. She is very much a part of my life, and sometimes she dictates how time works in around here. So one thing I am noticing is these are going to be awful tight. They're going to be very close, which might be nice. I'm just worried about popping giant eggs. I had one. Now, it was not an Ever Moment. It was a company that I had ordered off AliExpress, and I swear I felt like I did that thing 3 times over. That's how many diamonds popped off. If it wasn't for the fact that I really liked the image and it was this large, gorgeous rainbow tree motif, then I probably would have given up on it and it would have gone into the work in progress / hibernation pile. But I really wanted to. I had a specific place on my wall in my living room that I really wanted to put that image, and it was all rainbow colors, and I really thought that the brightness of all the colors would be cheerful for my work day, and like it would make me happy to see all those colors. And I did end up having to seal that painting because of the popping drill issues. And I did hang up the Randall Spangler. That one went into my room across from my bed. Strangely enough, even though I've lived in this apartment, let alone this apartment building, for 10 years, and I've lived in this apartment for 4 now, I had one diamond painting on my wall prior to that, and even that went up in the past year. And there is a reason for that. So I was married when my daughter was born. I was married when my daughter turned 1. I was separated shortly after that, and I have a finalized divorce order at this point, and I'm just waiting for it to come in from the courts. I do what is called solo parenting, which is to say my ex has chosen not to be involved in our daughter's life, has chosen not to comply with the court's requirements for what he would have to do to be involved in my daughter's life, and I am not receiving any child support at present. So solo parenting is different from single parenting. Single parents don't have a relationship with the other parent, but there are 2 parents involved in the child's life. So that's your average custody arrangement of any sort of ilk, from visitation like every other weekend to full part-time to whatever the arrangement may be, where the kid goes between mom and dad. Solo parenting is what you find when there is either a major disruption in the family. So the death of one parent, or the situation where I am, like what I'm in, where one of the parents has chosen not to be involved at all. And the thing is, unlike being a single parent, there's no break. 24 hours of the day, I am on call for my daughter. It can be intense. It can be really fun. It can be really cool. I know she loves me and I love her to the end of the world and back. But, you know, she's also about to turn 3. She's a toddler. And there are moments when you need to walk away and you don't necessarily, like, you can't. Which is a fun thing to negotiate, because sometimes every human being just needs a minute to walk away and calm down. And so I am learning, that's a good word, so I am learning to manage my patience with that. And it's a challenge sometimes because I am not a patient person. So yeah. Other than that, there is my father, whom my daughter calls Biba. Again, it's just a nickname that developed between them. And there are 2 family friends that we refer to as auntie and uncle. They aren't biologically related, but they are family by choice. And that's kind of my small little world. Really. There's not a lot of interesting characters. Or there kind of are. Each one of these people has quite the personality, myself included. But there aren't a lot of us. With the pandemic, life's been really quiet. And I'm not hugely social to start off with. So I've been having fun with daycare this week. My daughter is willful. And at the ripe old age of 34 months, she has decided she is capital D done with naps. No way, no money, there is nothing on earth you can do to get her to take a nap. Okay, video cut out randomly there. So as I was saying, yeah, there's nothing you can do to get her to nap at this point. She is over. You can get her to lay down for about 3 minutes. You can get her to be quiet in her room for a while. Which is what I now do, is get her to take some quiet time in her room to read a book and play with some soft toys in bed, just because she still does need some downtime, just to be a rational human being. I love her, but toddlers need some rest in the day. They really should still be napping, and if I could get her to nap, I would. But they're having this problem with daycare. Well, and the problem is she likes to wake everyone else up when she's up. So they're saying that she literally wiggles the whole time she's laying down, and as soon as somebody turns their back, she's up and out of, trying to talk to somebody, or she's gotten out of her little area, her little cot, and is rubbing another kid's back trying to put them to sleep, or she's into something, or yeah, she's becoming very independent. Now, she's really cute. She's really caring. She, like, she often tries to read the other kids' books. She wants to, what's the word? To, like, rub their backs and help them fall asleep, or to make them soup if they're sad. I don't know what her obsession is with soup either, because we don't eat a lot of soup. But she loves pretending to make soup for sad people. But yeah. So, super cute, but man, she is a bundle of energy. I took her to the indoor playground this weekend. Saturday, she woke up at 5:30 in the morning, which Friday when I tucked her in, she'd been getting up before the alarm, so I had told her that with it being Saturday, we were going to have to sleep in until the alarm went off and told us that it was time to wake up, because I really wanted to sleep a little bit. And as soon as I told her that, the first thing she told me was, "No, Mommy, I'm going to get up before the alarm." Well, she sure as anything did. And 5:30, she was up. She was not interested in going back to sleep. And the problem isn't that she won't entertain herself. She will. She just won't do it at a volume that anybody else is sleeping at. She's, again, in an apartment building, so sound travels. But she, once she's up, she's giggling and singing and talking to herself, and I mean, she's got a whole thing going on. And so, very quickly you realize you are not going to get into any sleep either. Partly because half the stuff she comes up with is just so entertaining. But it does mean that Saturday started early, and she started off in full swing. She woke up and she had her Wheaties. She was full energy, and it was a rainy day. And like, hot, humid, rainy, there was nothing comfortable about being outside. Like, you almost couldn't breathe with it. So humid. And so I realized that we were going to need some options to burn off some energy that were going to be survivable for me. So I took her to the indoor playground. It's the first time she's ever been. And she loved it. After 2.5 hours, I finally got her to agree to go home for lunch. And I think that was just because she was starting to get really hungry. And I mean, she played for a long time. She wouldn't stop for a snack or anything. She had juice, though, and lots of water. But, she climbed to the top, and it was like a 3-story deal, so full of tunnels and all these things kids love. And because of her age and because of the rules of the facility, parents actually have to keep up with their kids, which is fun. But man, I have not been in a playground in years, and okay, it was cool. Like, it's been a long time since I've been chasing through over obstacles and zip lines and some really awesome indoor swings and huge bumpy slides and all of that. But it's also been a long time since I squeezed my body through tunnels and trampolines and up rope ladders. And if you ever want a really good diet and exercise plan, have a toddler. Not only will they routinely steal the food off your plate, or will you find yourselves eating food off their plate, which is, that's what you want to avoid. That's how you put on the weight. But losing half of your meal to them pretty much guarantees that you are going to eat a little fewer calories for the day. There's also chasing after them, lifting them up. My daughter likes to be carried a lot, so I lift my weights regularly. And then there's doing things like playing. I sweated in that playground. And I mean, it was air conditioned, but not too much. But man, that is a workout. And like by the time we left, I felt it. I mean, but it felt good. It felt nice to play. And honestly, that's what you have to do in these environments. Like, you can't really be all formal and stand around and no, honey, you go to the top of the slide and you slide down by yourself. The environment, first of all, far too big for that. And the supervision rules for children of her age were that you have to keep them within sight. And there's just the part where, if you find a zip line and she sees a 7-year-old go down a zip line, she wants to do it, which means I have to hold her the whole time. Now, these were not like high off the ground zip lines. These are playground zip lines where you go 25 feet, but it's only 4 feet off the ground, so, and onto like the gym mats, the blue gym mats. But yeah, there's all kinds of things to climb over and around, and she loved it. And to be fair, like, when I was a kid, I would have loved it too. It's still pretty cool now. Man, is it ever a workout, though? Somehow or other, I don't think we actually ever get away from the playground. When we're young, the playground is the place where we go to play. And then for anybody that has kids or has kids in their lives, so you hang out as aunt or uncle or because someone in your family has one or a friend has one or whatever, or you're the babysitter, or, as long as you have young people in your life, then when your generation has kids, you end up back in the playground because that's where the kids are and need to be. And a lot of times you end up playing with them. And honestly, I think it's the best thing for kids to play with them. It's good for us. It's good for mental health to play. It's good for creativity. It gets the blood flowing. It helps you see things again. Wakes up the brain. And then, if I should be so lucky that my daughter decides to have kids, I will end up back in the playground for another round with them. I don't know if I'll be climbing through tunnels by that point. You may need to widen the tunnel just to get me through it. But I don't know. There's something about play. It's good for the mind. It's good for the body. It's good for the soul. And art is another way that I like to play. It's playing with my mind. But good, sweaty, physically active play is also, it's good for the soul. So, my Sunday night question for you is, how do you get out and play? What do you choose to play? Tell me your stories. And I hope you have a wonderful week and have a good night.